everybody, Johan Swart, and welcome back to the Racemosa channel, where we talk about Coffea Racemosa, one of the world's rarest coffees. A coffee which is endemic to Mozambique, to the Republic of Mozambique on the East African coast, and which is a critically endangered plant listed on the red data list. So we found Racemosa after years of searching. You know, people tell me, don't worry, in Mozambique we know there's wild coffee, we just go collect seed. Mozambique has 5 wild coffees. We have Racemosa, we have Zanzibar or Zanzibar coffee, we have Shlibeni, which is up in the north, nobody knows really where it is. It's in a very small area, in a very dangerous spot in Mozambique, up in the north, where there's still insurgents fighting and there's gas fields and everything. Then we have Salvatrix, which grows in the mountains, and one of the coffee growers now up in the mountains said they found a new species of coffee. No, it's probably just Salvatrix that you found there, and we are very interested because we want to try and grow most of the coastal coffees. The concept of coastal coffee is not something new. Actually, coastal coffee is just an easy way to call it. It's coffee that can tolerate heat and that can tolerate drought. Now, lots of other coffees are grown in the mountains. Why? Because they cannot tolerate heat and they want a lot of water. The mountains have got nothing to do with it. You can grow arabica, which is one of the coffees which grows up in the mountains. You can grow it at low altitude as long as it is cool and as long as you can give it adequate and lots of water, and as long as you have suitable soil. Those things are what's important. Racemosa, we love it. It's one of the toughest plants I've ever come across. You know, these plants are flowering now. You can see I'm sitting in the flowers. These plants are 2 years old. Just 2 years ago they were seed. Not seedlings, they were seed. Right? Actually less than 2 years, because only in December can we say were they seed. Right? So they're flowering already. They're gonna bear fruit. Other coffees take 5 years. If you're very lucky, you might have a little bit of flowering after 3 years. Man, this is not a little bit of flowering. This is abundant. I can't wait for next year for all my plants to really grow, to really have flowers and have lots of coffee and things like that to do. Now, these plants, 2 years old, not even 2 years, flowering, they haven't received any fertilizer. None whatsoever. They were planted straight in the soil. They watered by hand. We've got no other irrigation, and we've never used a single pesticide on them because the pests don't eat them. They're not attacked. They don't get the nematodes that other coffees get. They don't get the berry borer. None of those things attack this plant. So far, we haven't found a pest or a plague yet. Yes, we get the odd grasshopper that comes and eats the leaves on a plant, but then that plant is like stimulated and grows even better. I read an article a short while ago where they're actually using the extract of the leaves, an oily extract of the leaves of Racemosa, to spray over the arabica and the robusta because it stops the insects from eating those coffee plants. Now, I also read many years ago and on many occasions that the caffeine in the leaf is actually what deters the insects. I think the scientists were wrong. Scientists are not always right, because this plant has got very low caffeine, but the insects don't eat it. So don't tell me it's the caffeine, because if it's the caffeine, arabica and robusta, which has got miles more caffeine than this, should not be attacked by insects. But this, there's something in it. There's something we haven't discovered yet in the Racemosa. Now, as the plant flowers, we can get hope. We know that now we are properly going to get a harvest. The same with robusta, the same with arabica. But what is the difference? When robusta and arabica flowers, 5 to 7 months later, you will pick your fruit. So for 5 to 7 months, you've got to keep this plant wet. And in today's times of uncertain rainfall and higher temperatures, etc., that's not something you can easily guarantee. That requires irrigation. And most subsistence farmers which produce coffee does not have access to irrigation. They don't have access to per hectare to 250,000 liters of water per hectare per month. It's crazy. Sorry, it's not per month, it's per year. 250,000 liters of hectare, 250,000 liters of water per hectare to keep the plants going. What does Racemosa take? Racemosa requires about 20,000 liters per hectare because the plants survive. And if you want them to flower, you must stress them. So the last couple of months of the winter, we don't water them. We just leave them. Let their leaves fall off. They look horrible. And then, boom, when we start giving water, we have this beautiful spectacle. These plants have only started flowering now, and they're going to flower probably for the next month and a half, 2 months. And we must just now keep up the watering and get them going. But you will see, no insecticides, no pesticides, no fertilizers, no irrigation, and the plant thrives in a much shorter time than other plants, coffee plants. It can handle heat, it can handle drought, it doesn't get pests and plagues and nematodes. I think Racemosa is a solution. At Miyosi, and which is the name of our farm where we produce the coffee, at Miyosi we do not keep secrets. If you want to come and look and see what a Racemosa plantation looks like, it's the only one in Mozambique. You are welcome. Like, this is the founding plantation in Mozambique. Yes, we've sold some plants to commercial farmers here and there who have their little small plantations and which are starting out and which are requesting more and more and more plants. But this is the mother plantation here. You're welcome. You can come and have a look. We do make plants commercially available to farmers, to co-ops, to NGOs who want to fund communities to have an income. You know, because the income from this is sure, it is rapid, it doesn't take a lot of equipment, it doesn't take a lot of care. So this is the ideal plant. Our contact details will be on the screen now. If you want to contact us, if you want more information, speak to us. We don't keep secrets. We will tell you and we will share what we know. I thank you.